They say Waterloo Station never truly sleeps. Even when the last train has pulled away and the platforms fall silent, something remains. Some say she's still waiting. Waiting for a train that never came, and for a man who never returned. This is the story of the girl who waits at Waterloo. It was a cold, rain-swept October night when Daniel missed his last train home. The vast, echoing halls of the station were deserted, the air thick with the smell of damp concrete and ozone. The platforms were empty ... or so he thought. Then he saw her, a lone figure sitting on a bench, a girl in a pale blue dress, completely soaked from the rain. She didn't move. She didn't even seem to blink. Her gaze was fixed down the tracks, as if she was expecting a train to appear from the darkness at any moment. Feeling a mix of concern and unease, Daniel approached her cautiously. The silence of the station felt heavy, amplifying the sound of his own footsteps on the wet tiles. "Hey," he began, his voice softer than he intended. "Are you okay? Do you need any help?" The girl turned her head slowly, her eyes wide and luminous in the dim station light. Her voice was a soft, trembling whisper that was nearly lost in the cavernous space. "He said he'd meet me here," she said, her words catching in her throat. "He promised." Just then, a distant clock chimed midnight, each stroke echoing like a hammer blow through the empty station. She told him her name was Eliza. She said she'd been waiting since 1943 for her fiancé, a young soldier who was leaving for the war. He was supposed to meet her on this very platform before he shipped out, but he never came back. Daniel, feeling a growing chill that had nothing to do with the night air, tried to be gentle. "That was a long time ago," he said softly. "Maybe it's time to go home now." Eliza offered a faint, sad smile, her eyes glistening with something colder and more profound than tears. "I am home," she whispered, the sound barely audible. "I never left." At that exact moment, the station lights flickered violently, plunging them into momentary darkness before buzzing back to life. A sudden, inexplicable rush of cold air swept through the station, raising the hairs on Daniel's arms. Just then, the station's loudspeaker crackled to life, a distorted, robotic voice announcing, "Last train to Woking, now departing." It was a train Daniel hadn't seen arrive. Startled, he turned his head for just a second, a fleeting glance towards the sound. When he looked back at the bench, she was gone, vanished. The only thing left was a small puddle of water on the wooden seat, shimmering like unshed tears in the flickering fluorescent light. Panicked, Daniel ran, his heart pounding against his ribs, until he found a station guard doing his final rounds. "Did you see a girl here?" he stammered, out of breath. "In a blue dress, she was right there, just a second ago." The guard's expression was grim, his eyes weary. "Son," he said, his voice low and serious, "I've worked this station for 20 years, and every year, around this time, someone says they've met the girl in blue." Daniel tried to laugh it off, telling himself it was just a prank or his tired mind playing tricks on him. He started walking towards the exit, eager to leave the unsettling atmosphere of the station behind. But as he passed a wall of old photographs, a memorial to London's wartime history, his blood ran cold. He stopped dead. There she was. A black and white photograph of a young woman with kind eyes and a hopeful smile. His Eliza. Beneath the photo, a small brass plaque read, "In loving memory of Eliza Moore, lost in the Waterloo bombing, October 31st, 1943. As he stood there, frozen, a faint, ethereal whisper seemed to echo from the empty platform behind him, a sorrowful, lingering sigh. He promised. So if you ever find yourself at Waterloo Station late at night, and you miss your last train home, if you see a lonely girl in a pale blue dress waiting patiently on a bench, don't stop, don't speak to her. Just walk away, because she's still waiting, trapped between worlds, for a promise that can never be kept. And tonight, if you get too close, she might just think that you're the one who promised to come back. Thank you for listening to this dark tale. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that will follow you home. Stay safe out there